What's good, peeps? What is good? All right, haven't filmed in a couple of days, so let's see what there is to talk about. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I did say on the last video that we are close to getting to 25,000, so that would be a nice milestone to hit. So yeah, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like and share the vids. All right, let's jump into this one. Josh Warrington vacates IBF title, looks to Gary Russell or Eubank fight. Wow. Did not expect that. Wow. I know that there was going to be a purse bid or something with Kid Galahad, who's his mandatory. I don't know how Kid Galahad is his mandatory so quick. If I'm honest with you, I don't know how that works. For me, remember Kid Galahad fought him his fight before last. Now for me, you should go way back down to the pack. Like, if you fight someone as a mandatory, as I think Kid Galahad did back then, you should go way back to the bottom of the queue. Like, literally, go to number 15 or something, again, in the rankings. But Kid Galahad, what is mandatory? He's decided to vacate rather than fight Kid Galahad, I'm guessing. And now, he wants the Eubank or Gary Russell Jr. fights. I feel like it makes it tougher to get those fights, or your negotiating power makes it tougher to get those fights without the belt. I'm surprised by that decision. I'm guessing, look, he's got smarter managers and promoters than me, so I'm guessing they still know they can make those fights. That does surprise me. I guess the pulling power that Josh Warrington has is when fans are allowed back. Obviously, he can pack out Ellen Road. That's his pulling power. But yeah, that does surprise me. So I'm guessing Kid Galahad's going to fight now for the vacant belt against someone. But that's a shame. That is a shame because, we were talking unification fights. There was a talk about Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, Shakur's gone to 130, but there was talk about that fight. There was a unification fight with Eubank. That's a shame. That is a big shame. Dillian Whyte beefs up training team for Povetkin rematch. Adds former Lennox Lewis coach. Who's this? What former Lennox Lewis coach has he added? Sorry, just got to read as to who this is. Remember that fight is coming up in March. Who's he added? Don't know who it is. Who is it? Okay, Harold Knight. Okay. Interesting. Harold the Shadow Knight is added to his camp. I mean, let's see. Xavier Miller's there. So I guess it depends how well Xavier Miller and Harold Knight work together. But look, if you think you can add something to get 5% better, then why not? Then why not? I mean, you can do a lot worse than Harold Knight. So let's see. Let's see how he gets on. I did a Addy and Friends the other day, which I'm going to put up on the weekend. And I think both of the guys that I spoke to, I think both said that they think Povetkin will win again. I think. Can't remember, but I'll put it up. By the way, if anyone wants to get involved in Addy and Friends, send over your details by email because we are going to start to do a lot of those again. Obviously, we did do a few 6 or 7 months ago. I got a few of you involved. We are going to start that again. Let's just see what happens with Dillian Whyte. My only concern, I hope he's tapered off. Is that the right word? I think it is. Tapered off the training a little bit. Hope he hasn't continually trained. Remember, this fight was supposed to happen in November, I believe. Was it October or November? Hope he hasn't trained throughout. Hope he's taken some time off, let the body naturally heal itself and then go again. Because what these fighters, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a fight camp just to see what these fighters go through as they're kind of close to a big fight. They put their body through everything. And the body can't take that kind of trauma. It really can't. It really, really can't. So let's hope that he has chilled out the training. It's about smarter, right, than harder. So let's hope he's training smart now, which I'm sure he is. He's got some good people around him. Talking about training camps, this is a bit of a segue, but have you guys seen the sit-down interview with a guy called James English? He's got a big YouTube channel. Normally, I think it's fair to say interviews like ex-gangsters, but he has had some good interviews on the channel. I watch his channel quite a lot. He had Carl Frampton on there. Fantastic sort of hour 20-minute interview, and Carl Frampton gets into conversations about the McGuigans, literally how much he hates them. He said he wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. But it talks about the kind of things that go on behind boxing, his kind of growth in the sport. Fascinating interview if you've got time. Really, really good listen. Eddie Hearn, Joshua Fury will make Mayweather money for one of biggest fights of all time. Yeah. And it certainly will be one of the biggest fights of all time. I was actually thinking, will it be, in terms of gross, a top 10? Possibly. But I mean, it's good to hear they're making Mayweather money. What kind of Mayweather money are we talking about? Are we talking... Sorry, I've got someone fucking doing my kitchen and they've just started mixing cement. As I've told him, I'm filming. But the mic's here, so fingers crossed it isn't too bad. Yeah, what kind of Mayweather money are we talking? Are we talking Mayweather money where he made a $30 million guarantee for each fight? Are we talking Mayweather Pac-Man, Mayweather McGregor money? There's certain levels, right? Joshua, for me, was already making kind of, I don't know, $30 million was Joshua making. He'd certainly made that for the Ruiz rematch. Probably made in and around that as well for, what other fight would Joshua have made very, very good money like that? Klitschko, maybe? So let's hope they're talking about the higher echelon of Mayweather money. But, I mean, again, this talk suggests that this fight could be happening, right? We wait and see, people. Adrien Broner, I'm going to try and fight 3 times this year. World champion probably by my next fight. That is a wait and see situation. Like, I actually have no comment on that. We'll wait and see. Because if I do comment on that, I'm going to say, okay, your back catalogue, i.e. what you've done for the last couple of years, will tell me that that's BS. But I want to give Broner the benefit of the doubt here and say he's over what he was going through and we will see him in the ring. Especially if it's 3 guys like the guy he's coming up with or fighting next, who is unbeaten but is a lightweight coming up. Let's just see what happens. I'm going to hold my theories on Broner until I see him fight. Peter Fury says, Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury is a pick'em fight, to be honest. Finally, someone's being honest. You know, you ask other people and it's like, oh, Fury's going to wipe the floor with him. Oh, this is an easy fight. It's not an easy fight. Again, I've said that I think Fury wins, but I mean, like, that fight's 55-45. I think I might have said 60-40 in the past. I've gone in now, people. 55-45. Eddie Hearn, Amir Khan versus Kell Brook is competitive, intriguing fight. That it is. He's not saying anything wrong here. Some people might jump on him and say, oh, no, it is intriguing. It is competitive because both are unfortunately past their best now and both are dropping at the same rate. I do think Kell's got a bit more left than Amir, but hey, who am I to know? The talk from that line, and I've not gone into the story, which I know bothers a few of you, apologies people, but the talk from that line suggests that they're thinking about this. I mean, if both want to make a last payday, then that's the fight, right? And it still will do some money. Fact, people will still tune in to watch Amir Khan and Kell Brook. Whether or not they chuck that on pay-per-view, I do not know. In fact, even if they were to chuck it on pay-per-view, which would take the piss, it will still do good pay-per-view numbers because both of them have still got a decent following. Let's see. Let's see what they do. I mean, I know Kell and Chris Eubank Jr. have been going back and forth. That ain't happening. And who is there for Amir Khan to fight? He's not going to get Pac-Man because Pac-Man wants to fight McGregor, and that will definitely take precedent. Chris Eubank Jr., I want Golovkin. It's that simple. Next. Mauricio Lara here, confident, vows to have war with Josh Warrington. So now this isn't even a title fight anymore. Not happy with it, but I wasn't happy with Lara fight anyway, and now there's no fucking belt on the line. Jesus. Mayweather overjoyed with WBC's decision to add his picture to all world title belts. Sorry, I've always wondered how they pick this. Like, how do they pick who deserves to be on this? Always baffled me that. I wish someone could ask Mauricio Suleiman, because I've always thought, how do they pick? Because most of them, you always see Ali, definitely. You always see Mike Tyson. And I can't remember the others that you see, but I think there's so many great WBC champions in the last sort of 20 years, 30 years. How do you pick, like, how many people go around that belt? How do you pick 6 or is it 8? That's a tough decision, man. Or is it certain weight classes that have certain people on their belts? Does that make sense? So if it's a heavyweight fight and does he only have the pictures of former heavyweight champions? I have no idea. If someone can let me know, I would appreciate it. Arthur Abraham retires from boxing, has no desire to fight again. Decent career. Arthur Abraham, decent fighter at one stage. Yeah, what else is there to... No point. No point. Just, you're done. Move on. And good luck to him, whatever he wants to do next. Jake Paul to face a pro fighter, headlining Snoop Dogg's Fight Club on Triller pay-per-view April 17th. I mean, anyone can be a pro fighter, so that statement means nothing. Some people might say, oh my God, he's actually taking on a boxer. Anybody can really be a pro fighter. I mean, like, do you know what I mean? Like, think about that for a second. It's easier to be a pro fighter than an actually decent amateur. Like, anyone literally can sign up, like, and fight. I mean, you can go from white collar boxing to being a professional. Get your medicals done, check out, you're fine. Pretty much you can fight. So it doesn't really mean much. But Alan Babich recovering from surgery wants Lucas Brown in May. Why? What does he get out of a Lucas? I've no idea what he gets out of a Lucas Brown fight. Canelo Alvarez inks packed with Matchroom will face Yildirim February 27th on DAZN. Man fought in December. He's fighting in February. Let me get that correct. He fought a 12-round, unbeaten, super middleweight champion in December. He's now fighting in February. Like, there's certain fighters, that would fight that fight and they'd go on holiday and you won't see them again until the summer. Here we are, arguably the richest boxer fighting today is like, no, I want to fight. And he's fighting in February. Madness. And he will probably, if he wipes Yildirim out, fight again in May. Cinco de Mayo. He's incredible. He's incredible. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Don't know what to say about him. And people might say, oh, it's only Yildirim. That's not the point. He's fighting, he's active. You know? He knew that he didn't have a great year because of COVID. Like, he only fought once that year. This year. Last year, let me start again. And he's like, no, I want to stay busy now. I want to stay busy. Boom. And all these other fighters will say things like, oh... Anyway, let's not get into it. Teofimo Lopez. Devon, be ready, my man, because I'm going to F you up next. Ryan Garcia, I'll do whatever it takes to get the Gervonta Davis fight made next. Now, sometimes all these fighters, yeah, I could literally go into those stories, but just shut up, man. Like, yeah, let's just see. Look, they both have had fights. So I'm not discrediting them, but don't you get bored of just hearing all these, like, just make the fight. I get bored of them going back and forth on social media and someone, just make the fight and then stop talking. It does get a bit boring, all this talking. What else is there to talk about? 2 secs. I think I saw something else. I just want to quickly touch on. I think it was on Mr. Mike Coppinger's Twitter page. I saw something. I was like, what? Sorry, people, them. It's a quick video, isn't it, today? Oh, that was it. Sorry, it wasn't even nothing really special. It was that Jaron Ennis and Sergey Lipnitz have agreed to a fight. Jaron Ennis obviously trying to be that next guy at 147. Needs a fight, man. He needs, and he's not going to get it, but he needs to take on like a gatekeeper-ish. I don't want to say Sean's a gatekeeper, but it's kind of disrespectful to Sean, but someone like a Porter, just to see where he is. So it's a no-win for Porter. That's the problem. What does Porter get out of fighting him? So they've got to make Porter a very good offer to want to do it, but I don't know. I'm still in a bit of shock about Josh Warrington, if I'm honest with you. All right, guys, that is it. Quick video. Peace and love, everyone. Thank you so much.